What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. And as always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. To tip or not to tip? That is the question. Well, my answer is to tip for the most part. Now, I'll tip, you go to a nice restaurant, hey, go to any restaurant. And if you have a waiter or a waitress or what have you, off the top, you should be looking to tip. If you don't plan on tipping, or if you're not really thinking about tipping, or you saying, well, we'll see how it goes, how much my meal will cost, before you tip, then before you think about tipping, then I advise you to go to McDonald's or Wendy's or take your date to Fuzzy's or whatever. But don't go to any place to where there's a waiter, waitress, what have you, bartender, and you don't plan to tip. Because number one, waiters and waitresses, they only make $2 to $3 an hour doing what they're doing. So they rely on your tips. If you never worked in that business, I have not, but I have had my kids have. My kid's mother, she did once upon a time. And so I know the frustration of working out all day, well, however many hours, busting back and forth from tables, trying to satisfy great customers, unruly customers, trying to provide the best service that you can. All to just, when the customer is gone and you go to the table and there's nothing there. Well, there's a couple of dollars there or something like that. And then, people want to get upset if you got a little attitude or say something about it. They want to say, well, they're ungrateful. But no, they're not ungrateful. They're unpaid. They're underpaid. That's the problem. But, as we say in the profession that I'm in, just the life you chose. In the profession I'm in, a lot of times you got to work holidays or you got to come in when the weather is bad. Can't take off. Then we don't work banker hours. So, you got to take care of patients that may have COVID or some kind of sickness or illness that you like, oh, I don't want to take it to my babies or my kids. I don't want to get sick. Well, this is the life you chose. If you're worried about that, you should have never chose this profession. It's serious. So when it comes to, like I say, being a waitress or a waiter or what have you, you're going to get paid, not a lot, but you can make killer money on tips depending on your service that you give and where you work at. But anyway, talk about tipping because I came across this article on this news break. So a person by the name of Anne-Marie M. I guess she's a contributor. She wrote this piece saying tipping, it's not just for restaurant servers and bartenders anymore. Now it seems everyone expects a gratuity, which is true, which is kind of thrown off because, I noticed, let's say I go to McAllister's, right? Going to McAllister's and you stand up there at the counter, you look at the menu, and you order a sandwich, some chips, potatoes, soup, whatever. And just like any other place, just like I say, McDonald's, Burger King, any other little fast food restaurant, place your order, you give them the money, and you wait for your food. But now they got a thing where, oh hell, even what do you call it, Smoothie King or what have you. They got a thing where when you get ready to pay, especially with your card, this little thing will pop up asking, do you want to pay a tip? Like what? You know what I'm saying? It's like 10%, 25%. Custom, no tip, whatever. And it's like, man. Then you start thinking, dude. Or even go to the donut shop and it's like, got a little thing where it say ask for a tip. I'm like, what the heck have you done different today than you did last week before you asked for a tip? Are you only making $2 an hour? I mean, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you making minimum wage or whatever, like everybody else, I don't see the need for asking for tips. But yeah, you see that, and it's like, man, people, let's say like, it ain't like when, you go to a bar. Let's say you go to a bar and, your bartender, but that's been forever. Though. Like I said, waitresses and waiters too, it's been forever. Tip jar, bartender making drinks might put on a show. You know what I'm saying? Give you good drinks. Might give you drinks where you can tell that it's, a little stronger than normal. Yeah, you throw a little extra in there. You go on about your business. But this cat is just giving regular service, giving regular drink, making nothing special and not giving you a show. Yeah, you might get $1 or $2 maybe. But I mean, if you give me a good drink, I don't drink anymore, but back in the day, I might give you a good $5, $10. Easy. Anyway, let's get into this little this op-ed here, so we can break this down. She says, no doubt many people have thought of tips as expected for waiters, waitresses, and bartenders, and tips for other service providers such as taxi, valet drivers, bellhops, barbers, hairstylists, and nail techs have been generally accepted. Yeah, when somebody's giving you a service, hell, even the guy that comes and like mows my yard, this dude, and I got a nice size yard. This dude will mow it, trim it, weed eat it, cut the bushes, cat even, change my, my sprinkler, fix my sprinkler heads in the yard, like a septic tank, redone that for me. Cut trees down in the back. This guy, goes above and beyond. So from what he charged, whatever he charged, I always throw something extra in. Easy. Let's say if he charged $100, give or take. I easily throw an extra $20, $40 in there because he does extra work all the time. So there's no problem. You see what I'm saying? Good service. Now, I had a guy one time come through here and try to do some work and made bigger mess than what he did than what it was when he came. Dude like that, I wouldn't tip that dude, wouldn't recommend when he put his bill out there. I paid exactly what the bill was. If somebody comes and I need emergency work, like to say on my sprinklers or water heater unit or whatever, if they can come out there and knock it out, whatever that bill is, I'll throw a little extra on it because it's about the service and the quality of the service you pay for. And in tipping, when they see that you tip, next time around, they'll remember. And if you need something, they'll probably put you at the top of the list. They'll remember, oh, I know that guy, he pays well. Let's go on over there. Okay, so, and let's see, continue. It said, however, today's tipping culture seems to have branched out to anybody who decided to put out a tip jar. As well, businesses, in addition to the normal tip line on receipts, are printing gratuity requests at the bottom of receipts. And now with apps like SquareUp, soliciting tips electronically via the credit card debit process is even easier. And individuals and businesses online providing a variety of products and services are asking for tips through their website or with links to tipping sites such as Ko-fi, Buy Me a Coffee, and Patreon. Many are saying that the expectation to tip for seemingly just about everything is getting out of control. And it is. Food and Wine highlights the point of view of a career server who says he makes his living from tips and states that he is a huge fan of tipping because it has supplemented his income to help him pay for necessities like rent, groceries, or necessities or niceties like Broadway show tickets. But he feels that tipping culture has gotten out of hand. Compared to All Lives Matter. And I get what I'm saying. When the original Black Lives Matter, not the organization, we don't We don't promote that. But when the original slogan and meaning of Black Lives Matter, blew up and came out and blew up. The point was protesting police brutality, police murder, that it seems like overwhelmingly they were disproportionately harming and killing unarmed black people, black Americans, well, black people too, of whatever country you're from, but black people. So then comes the Black Lives Matter slogan, the march of protest and all that. Then somebody comes out and says, well, all lives matter. Everyone's lives matter. Everybody's life matters. So why? I mean, that's how it should be. If everybody understands that everybody's life matters, then there shouldn't be a problem. The people that say that what you don't understand or what you don't want to understand, which your bigotry or your ignorance is, everybody knows everybody's life matters. What we're trying to say is, look at what's going on with us. Fix this. This is our problem. We want our problem fixed. Not that everybody's life. It's not, as we look at it, it's not your problem that these police are doing this to your people. It's not out there. And even if it is, it's not out there in public. It's not being romanticized. It's not in the news cycle every 10 minutes. When it happens to us, it's out there that we're thinking that they're trying to perpetuate a fear for us to have for the police. Not really concerned about what's happening to us. You see what I'm saying? They just want us to say, hey, they just saying, hey, look at what's going on with y'all. Understand, we are the police. We still running things. So we're going to put this on the news all day, every day, so y'all understand. You know what I'm saying? Check yourself when we walk through the door. You know what I'm saying? Quote police. Y'all are not having that problem, so all lives matter does not go with this. So I'm saying you can't join this and do like us. You can't be like us in this situation. So when it comes to tipping again is for people who don't get paid a livable wage. Well, can't really say that because most of the people now don't get paid a livable wage. What they say in Texas, if you want to afford a 1-bedroom apartment in Texas, you should make at least $17 an hour. No, $21 an hour. $21 an hour. But McDonald's is paying $10 to $12 an hour to be a manager. So I can't really say livable wage. But tipping was for people who not even making minimum wage. Like I say, $2, $3, $4 an hour maybe. So you live off your tips. And then you gotta claim your tips to the IRS. So it's not the same. So when you get people who make, say Chick-fil-A make $15, $17 an hour, I think Walmart is, increasing their minimum wage. But when you get people who are making at least minimum wage or more, and these same people are asking for tips, that's like a slap in the face to the people who really, who are at the very bottom of the rung. You see what I'm saying? Who this is really helping. So now what you're doing is you're gonna make everybody say, well, damn, everybody asking for tips. You're just not tipping no more because this is getting out of hand. That's what you risk. Or you taking, or people are paying you money, but really they should be probably using that money to tip a waitress or a waiter. So no, this is not all employees matter. This is about the people who really should be tipped because that's the life they chose. You working at McDonald's and not treated like the way you get tipped. You working at Chick-fil-A, Smoothie King, and McAllister's. You didn't. As a matter of fact, who the hell the money going to? That's what I like to know. But anyway, let's get back to the story. This is go back to the guy that said he lived off tips. Quote, I'm not even remotely tired of tipping my restaurant server who is providing me with a service while probably being paid considerably less than minimum wage per hour. True. What I am tired of are the ubiquitous tip jars on every countertop of every place that I go into. I get it. Everyone wants to make a little bit of extra money, but a tip jar in some situations seems, well, not okay. And it's not. Exactly. If I'm going in to buy a dang on me drink, and it's like a $7, $8 drink, and you ask for a tip, what the hell you want a tip for? Now, again, if you do something special to that drink, you know what I'm saying, to make it kick better, you know what I'm saying, adding a little extra, little extra protein to it, a little extra chocolate, a little extra banana, something, you're doing a little something extra to it. Yeah, might throw a little extra in for you, but if you're just doing your regular job and you ain't, and if your customer service is crappy, you know damn well, and you think about it. You see these places, you see these videos where people going, fighting in McDonald's because they get the wrong order. Didn't get no cheese. And they go back in there acting a fool. Now, there's been times where I've been to, and what's crazy is I guarantee those people will go right back into that restaurant tomorrow and order something else. I've been in places where order wasn't right. Yeah, got upset. I've been in places where, you order something drive-through, but my parents always say, before you pull off in that drive-through, check the bag, because ain't nobody got time to go home and find out that something is missing and everybody hungry. Your order is wrong. You sit in that line, they hand you something, ain't no need for them to rush you. You just take your time, look in the bag, yeah, everything's there. Okay, now we can go. But people get real upset. There been times when my order was messed up and I said, hey, I ordered this or blah, I ain't act no fool with no need to. Just the best thing you can do is just talk to management. He said he goes on to illustrate his view of the legitimacy of tipping by pointing out that servers, for example, are required to report tips to the IRS and must pay taxes on them because they are considered part of their income. Most servers don't make the standard minimum wage, but are paid a reduced wage of $2.13 an hour. What is minimum wage down here? Is it $7.50, $7.25, something like that? And these cats are making $2.13 an hour. That's why I say, go back to what I said in the beginning. Before you go to a restaurant, tipping should be part of your bill. It should be part of what you plan to spend before you go there. Let me keep it simple. Waffle House. I go to Waffle House periodically. Where I'm at, it's pretty calm, tame, still, old country people. Mainly frequent that. Not a lot of, young whippersnappers acting a fool. Older people who go there, get them, drink some coffee, read the paper, leave a couple dollars, leave a couple coins for their coffee and go on about your business. Waffle House. If I go in a Waffle House, I already know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. I know how much it is. Off top, $10. Off top, $10 is what I plan if I'm by myself. $10 is what I plan on tipping from the jump. That's a starting point. I can go up or down either way. Depends on the service, but most of the time, no matter what, I'm gonna give $10. Now, if I'm getting like horrible service, you'll probably get nothing, and I won't speak to the manager. If I don't tip you, it makes best believe I'm speaking to the manager before I get on. But $10 Waffle House is what I'm saying. $10, boom, no matter what. Because I'm gonna be there 30 minutes, So I figure, 30 minutes, $10, they get. That's average about $20 an hour. $15, $20 an hour, depending on, they got to bust the table, get ready for the next person. I can't worry about them. I'm just worry about them. I got to worry about what I call. So what I do is, with me, you got to clean the table. You got to serve me and clean the table. That's how it goes. So it's me and an extra 10 minutes. That's how I see it. Now, if I go to, let's say, a restaurant where the minimum plate is $25, $30, right? That's a minimum entree plate. If, like I said, we're talking about just myself, by myself. If I'm going on myself, let's say $20. Because me still, I'll be there in 30 minutes. Now, let's say if I'm there with my family. Now, I may be there a good hour, easy. Because we're going to sit, we're going to probably drink first, may have an appetizer, and then let the main course come out. And we're going to sit there and talk, and then we're going to eat, we're going to take our time. When they come and take a tray, we still may sit there for a little while. So we're talking a good hour to hour and a half to 2 hours. So minimum from there an hour, we may say, what, maybe $50. I say if I plan on being there for a minimum, say a minimum of $50. So because again, I'm thinking this person is only making $2 something an hour. Especially if you're giving great service. Now, like I said, if you're just giving me basic service, just bringing my stuff, doing what you normally do, come once every 30 minutes, check on us. I may give you $25. You may make sure I get $25. And I may stay there a good 2 hours. So you ain't gonna make a whole lot, but you'll make something. But if I get great service, you tending us like, we your number one customer, but you treating everybody like that. Then good fit is easy to come off of. But the problem is too, a lot of times these waiters and waitresses, they are biased when it comes to us because we are supposed to be known not to tip. But I think that's the same lies they tell about us being fathers in our kids' lives. They say black American men spend more time with their children than any other father. Say black American men pay their child support on time, all the time, more than any other ethnic group of fathers. These are stats. So they believe, so another negative stat is that we don't tip. I know I tip. Even when I was broke, the minimum I would give was $10. But now, like I say, got more money, I'm gonna give more for the service. And put it down, and you know what I'm saying, and you don't even think about it. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, back to this. I say he also gives the rationale for tipping, saying he does not see the need to tip, say an employee at a self-serve yoga shop who weighs customers' items and rings them up. He says tips are warranted when an employee is at least more involved on the service side. Exactly. Tipping is for service. Tipping is not for food. Tipping is not for product. Tipping is for service. He states, the hairstylist who spends 90 minutes cutting and coloring the mop on my head, absolutely. The bellhop who lugs my overstuffed luggage to my hotel room, of course. The cashier at the deli who talked on a cell phone while I handed them $2 for a chapstick, no. I would not be dropping my spare coins in the styrofoam cup that's taped to the countertop. Exactly. Let's see. Etiquette expert Thomas Farley considered constant tipping requests to be an invasion, stating, suddenly these screens are at every establishment we encounter. They're popping up online as well as online orders. And I fear there is no end. Yeah, I mean, like, delivery drivers, man, come bring me pizza. Yeah, I give them a tip. I'd rather, and the thing about this, the electronic part that's kind of bad is, let's say delivery driver, like I was going to say, pizza driver. Bring pizza to the house. Now, I didn't like putting tips on the cars because I heard from somebody who lived off of tips also that if you put it on a card, the driver will not get all of it, right? It'll go to the management, and once they get around to it, they'll get it, and then they'll split it. Whatever, I guess the management and the driver or whatever. But number one, you're already paying the driver. I'm already paying a delivery fee for what I guess it's for, like insurance for the drivers or whatever. I don't know. So I'm gonna assume that the driver's paying his own gas. The driver got his own car insurance. You just got the company, the pizza place only has insurance on the driver for like liability if something happens. But as for like the driver, he personally got to have his own car insurance. The person got to, drive his own car and wear and tear in his vehicle. So, like I said, so I would prefer to pay the driver cash. But the problem is, again, people may have a bias or feel a certain way about when they look at the order online and it says tip and the tip says 0. Now you run into the possibility of your driver bringing your pizza late, might even spit on it, might even take a bite out of it and give it to you because you're not tipping. I see that a lot on these little TikTok videos. So unfortunately, I feel I'm forced to go ahead and put that tip on the online bill so they can see it. And I'll put like, hey, like I said, $10. Because the place ain't number like 5 minutes from the street, right? Driving up the street, 5-6 minutes from the street. But like I said, I get a driver $10. I'm just paying you from the store to me and back. That's it. Not from, because you got 3 other people to go to. That's not my problem. But that's how I see it. I would rather do that. But I can now at a restaurant, I might put 0. If I got cash. If I don't have cash, I'll put it on the bill. But I'd rather put 0 on the bill because they bring you the bill afterwards, right? So once the service is over. So when they bring it to you toward the end, when I get ready to get up, I'll pay it. Put 0 on it. And then I'll come back and then I'll put the cash on the table. So that way they can get it. They can pocket it and then they can distribute it however they feel they want to. But they earn that money. They should be able to keep all of it. It says, in contrast to tip jars that shoppers can easily ignore, digital requests, according to experts, can create social pressure that is harder to avoid. Anybody close enough to look at the screen, including the workers, can see your generosity or lack thereof. And to me, that's a problem of it too, man. I think it's just too much. I mean, everybody don't deserve to be tipped. It's just like me tipping my damn mailman if he drops some mail off at the house. Or the UPS driver. That's not how they go. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Way I see, and I'm gonna end it like this. Thing about tips is one, again, it's for a service. Leave it at that. I think all the little tip jars at these restaurants and fast food places, that crap need to go. Now, if you want to save money for March of Dimes or Feed the Children, you need to put that back up there. Put that jar back up there. Let somebody put some change in. But tipping, nah. Like I said, so one, as a consumer, every time you go into a restaurant, be prepared to tip. Tip generously. So going there, embarrassing yourself, embarrassing us, by not tipping. But going in there embarrassing us when it's 20 of us, and we splitting the bill, and we having a waiter bringing 15 bills out, and then when you pay yours, you paying with cash, and you want your change back. Don't do that. Don't sit by me. Go back there and get that little old room with the, what you call it, the party room, the banquet room. And I done reserved a banquet room before and thought it was gonna be like a certain amount of people and only a few showed up. Because of what was the potential, I tipped the waiters and waitresses as what it should have been, not what it ended up being. Common courtesy. Because regardless of who came, they worked their tail off to make sure they were prepared to give service, unmatched service, and they did. So they earned every dime. So as a consumer, like I said, if you ain't looking to tip, if you ain't got $20 in your pocket, and that's for each individual person, If you ain't got 20 bucks in your pocket, you know, there'll be times when somebody paid it, you be a group of people and one person, oh, I'll pay the bill. Okay, who got the tip? Well, I can say, hell, go out to want to eat with my parents. You know, see, it's gonna be my family and my mom and dad and, you know, sister and everybody else. And my dad, you know, pay the bill. Or say if it's our birthday, because me and my dad's birthday like right around each other, say my mom and sister pay the bill. Or whatever the case may be. They pay the bill, but it should be my dad to get the tip. And we'll pay like we paying the bill. We'll pay a tip like we paying the bill. That's just what you do, man. So, but on to the server. Everybody ain't like me. People do want to show. We all want to show. Tips are for service. Give great service. Earn that money. As a matter of fact, you can treat it like a relationship. When you're in a relationship and when you're serving tables or you're giving service, you give your best every time. Everybody will appreciate it. But when that relationship is over, and if it doesn't work out, whether it works out or doesn't work out, you can always say that you did everything that you supposed to do and then some to earn the rewards in the end. And if you don't get it, you can walk away, wipe your hands over and say, hey, you did what you need to do. And feel good about yourself and going on to the next one. If you don't put in the work, don't look for rewards that you ain't earned. So if you're not giving service, don't look for a big tip if all you did is bring the menu out, brought the water out, and that's the last time I saw you. Don't look for anything. Matter of fact, like I say, look for me to go talk to the manager. One more thing, and I'm out. I learned this from my mom. I remember one time went out to eat with my family. I think it might have been my dad's birthday. So it's like years ago. So it's like me, the missus, kids, mom, dad, sister. We was at this restaurant and we just all talking, you know. I'm not really paying attention. But I look over and I see my mama's face. And I could tell something ain't right. She was, you know, didn't look too pleased. And she's looking around like, what's going on? She's like, I'll be back. Like she's going to the restroom. She come back, sit down. The lady come back, another person, two people come back. They're like, oh, I apologize, I'm not sure what's going on with him, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what's going on? I said, the waiter said, she was like, have you seen our waiter? I'm like, no. So when he came in, he didn't look too happy, he looked kind of throwed off. Gave us our menus. Asked we want water, and it was gone. And the water hadn't came, nothing that came. It had been like 5-10 minutes like that. But like I said, we were sitting there talking and bullcalling so much, I didn't even pay attention. And so my mom would say, one thing we do is, if you don't see, your waiter ain't there within 5 minutes, they'll offer you drinks when you come in within a couple of minutes, just get up and walk out. But she went and talked to the manager. So fast forward 2 years later, I'm in Austin or whatever with the missus, and we sitting down at this right around brunch. A couple of places to go, but we chose one place, and we sat down, and off the bat it looked kind of thrown off the way they was acting. But we sat down, and we sitting here talking, and we're looking at the menu. 1 minute passed, nobody comes to ask us, do we want water? 2 minutes passed. By this time we're reading the menu. Now I'm paying attention, and now she's like, not even tripping. As soon as 5 minutes hit, I said, let's go. Okay. What was going on? I said, wait, I said, let's go. And we got up and left and went to a place a little more expensive. Matter of fact, better customer service, tipped them good. But where we was at, then and I think we ended up writing a complaint. I think I ended up writing a complaint to the management of that place. But again, that's how I go. If I'm going somewhere that's gonna be wait staff, you gonna act like you wait staff. I don't care what's going on. outside your life. Again, this is the life you chose. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Bottom line, hell yeah, there's too many tip jars everywhere. You get rid of these tip jars. Just because you, like I say, hand me a coffee don't mean I owe you no tip. Now, if you sitting there telling jokes, you know what I'm saying, you're going to tell me your story, you know, do like the old, you know what I'm saying, the people with customer service is terrible. You get up there in line and people on their cell phone. I've been there where folks like scrolling through their phone. I'm looking like, what the heck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Look up and just, oh, you know what I'm saying? They acting like they never saw me. Oh man, hell no. You know what I do? But I don't act a fool. You're not gonna catch me on World Star, on Twitter, none of these websites. You know what I'm saying? I wish they do. Jackson ain't gonna do no video about me acting a fool. I'm just gonna call management. I'm just gonna write the manager and let them know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes I try to give these youngsters the benefit of the doubt. I would say, hey, you might want to put that phone away because you never know who's coming to your register. And you working for this establishment that's paying you to work, and you sit here on your phone while customers are walking up. You might want to just, you know what I'm saying, be easy on that. And I've done that before too, but I'm getting too old for that now, man. I'm just saying, hey, I'm just gonna call management and say, hey man, take care of your people. You lose your job, it's a life lesson, especially with the youngsters. You get a job again in your life. But anyway, tell me what you think. Leave your comments below and share it with the world. And with that being said, I leave you in peace.